here. How on God's green earth could you find me?
2022 BMW S1000RR M Sport. Is it any good as a commuter bike? Well, let's see. This is my regular commute into the city, and although these things are clearly built for, you know, Mach 3 open wide on the track, I want to see if this thing's any good as a commuter. Gee, the brakes are good. Frigging cold as. Haven't ridden it for about 2 weeks, maybe longer. Brakes bite like a vampire. Suspension's pretty firm. Whoa, this gravel here. Suspension's pretty firm. Nice and agile handling, which you clearly need for evasive action on the commute. And I'm in a hurry today because I've got to give 3 job interviews, and the first one starts in about half an hour in the city, so I've got to get in fast. Oh, how good are these brakes? So when I want to get into the office fast, there is only one bike in my garage that is eligible. I remember I've got a brand new front tyre on this baby, and this road's just been sealed. One of the great attributes, I should say, of a great commuter bike is its brake and throttle interaction, and in particular the instantaneous nature of both of the aforementioned. And on this bad boy, you've got that. You know, it is. It reacts very quickly to any of your inputs, as you would expect. It is a 200 plus horsepower super bike, so it ought to have pretty good instantaneous response to the inputs. Fuel economy is pretty crap, and I don't care, because on commutes it's not really a feature. Although, having said that, I noticed I'm down to the reserve tank, so we are going to find out the filler up ability of this machine shortly. So it's a short commute today. How's finding neutral? Let's have a look. Yeah, not that easy, but not completely painful either. It's got hill hold, which I really like, particularly in commuting scenarios, because you often find yourself on a slope and you just and you might be waiting at the lights for a while, so that I love. Heated grips, obviously, cruise control, all that good stuff. Riding position, obviously fairly aggressive, not as aggressive as my Ducati Panigale, but for short commutes I quite like the aggressive riding position, particularly for lane filtering. If there was a lane filtering Olympics, this would be a gold medalist. It is so easy to filter. Because it's inline 4, the engine's smooth at low RPM, low speed, and it's nice and narrow. Actually, I like the fact that the tank's slightly wider on this version of this bike, so you just feel like the bike is part of you, an extension of you. Makes lane filtering a breeze. So is this a good commuter bike? Well, we're going to find out today. So far, so good. I'm actually a little late. I'm running a little late, so the traffic won't be as bad as usual, which means we might not. Oh, maybe I'll take that back. I was going to say we might not find the true commuter ability, although this is looking pretty blocked up here. Screen down. It's bloody windy today. It is extreme weather warnings in Sydney this week for wind. It is full on. I went for a ride on the weekend on the Multistrada, and it was beautiful, fine, but so windy. The tree branches were all over the road, and don't have to tell you what a tree branch does to a bike when you're leaned over mid-corner. It is lethal. So it was a pretty slow ride. Hopefully you don't see any of those on this commute today. But as you can see, we're chock-a-block with the morning traffic, which is surprising actually because I'm leaving a bit later than usual. And I've got to make these job interviews. You know, the one thing about motorcycling that pisses me off is the logistical challenges with clothing. Because I've got to get to the office, get out of my Superman costume that I'm wearing now, into a suit, and I'm probably going to have about 3 minutes to do that. And I'm going to go to my interview, and I'm probably going to have helmet hair. And no one likes helmet hair. The remarkable thing about 200 horsepower plus superbike is just how well mannered it is at these speeds. Hear that wind, man? It's full on. They're very well mannered at these speeds. It's just so smooth and easy to ride at these speeds. Get out of the transit lane, brother. You're not allowed in there. So yeah, is it a good commuter bike? Yeah, for short commutes. You know, my commute today is going to be pretty short, but anything under an hour in stop-start traffic, piece of cake. Doesn't get over what's the word I'm trying to look for? It doesn't get hot. Not like a Panigale. These bikes don't really get that hot, so you got no issues with heat in stop-start, unlike the Aprilia Tuono that shits its pants every traffic light. This does not. This behaves beautifully at the traffic lights. In terms of road presence, which is important on commuting, this is quite a large bike, you know, in terms of its dimensions. It's not heavy, just under 200 kilos or whatever, but it's quite large. Like when I put this next to the Tuono, it looks big. The fairings are big. It makes a statement. And this colour scheme, white with the red and blue stripy bits, makes it striking. There's a lot of road presence. LED headlights, obviously. I've got the Acra Shorty can on it, which means I can be heard. And I've got it in standard factory tune. If I put the Bren tune on it, holy shitballs, the thing's really loud. Really, it's too loud. It's actually trebly, ear-piercingly, annoying loud. That's why I've taken the tune off, to be honest. Don't like it. Sorry, Bren tune. And the bike was slower too with the Bren tune, no question about it. If I've got an S1000RR, I'm only going to Bren tune it if it's an American bike with a flat spot. There's no way if you've got a Euro bike you'd bother. Waste of money. Waste of money. Sorry, that's just the way it is, in my opinion. The filler up ability of this bike, we're going to find out, because I'm going to pop off into the 7-Eleven and I will fill this baby up. I've got this thing in race mode and the suspension's pretty bumpy on these potholed urban roads, but I can't be bothered to change it. The TFT display and the configurability is pretty good. You can't configure the standard modes, I don't think, but you can in the race modes. But I just use the standard modes on this. I just keep it in race mode pretty much all the time, and it seems to work okay for me. When I do my full review of this bike, I will get into that in more detail. Today's review is about, is this thing a bike you can just jump on and get into the office in a quick commute without too much hassle? That's what this is about. Okay, where am I going to go here? I'm going to sneak. This is not good. This is not good at all. I'm going to find myself another fuel stop, because this is not good. I'm not sitting there when I've only got half an hour. I hope I don't run out of fuel. That'd be a real bummer. Anyway, you saw some of the filterability of this bike just then. The gauge is telling me 20 Ks. This is not good. Hopefully I'll make it. There's a Shell servo up here, and hopefully that is not too far out of my fuel range. Oh, the handling on this thing's superb. It's nowhere near as torquey, you know, Down low is the Tuono. And when I open the throttle on the Tuono, the fun factor is just immensely instant. This being the high revving bike that it is, in these scenarios isn't as much fun. Okay, it's a fact. It's not as, it's still heaps of fun. There's a lot of other factors that make it fun, but instant responsive torquiness down low is not as good. Unless you ride in a lower gear and you really open that throttle up, almost, you know, wide open throttle, which once I get some fuel in this, I will demonstrate. Here we go. It's filler up test time. Any spillageability? Let's have a look. No spillageability. Check it. Check it. There's the shorty can on it, and I'm pleased to report the filler up ability is excellent. That took all of about a minute. So easy. Oh yeah. Okay, I take that back about fun. The thing about these bikes, you've just got to be prepared to rip the shit out of them. So long as you do that, keep it in first gear or second gear on the commute, and when you want to have some fun, you just literally open the throttle right up in race mode and it comes alive. That's the key if you're, you know, seeking thrills, baby. Oh, I hate this part of the road. It just all gets a bit narrow and trucky. Yep. Which way is this guy going? He's going left, but is he staying in that lane or is he going to take the bus lane? This is pretty important. And as my brother always says, you've got to build a relationship with other vehicles, which is why I'm swerving here to make sure he sees my lights, because when the lights are moving laterally, people will notice them more than if they're just in one longitudinal angle. How's that for some technical know-how? Actually, for a commuter of this type, this could possibly be the best commuter bike on the planet. And don't tell me, oh yeah, there are better, you know, narrow, more stable bikes. It's the whole package. You can't have, you got to have fun. If you're on two wheels, no matter what you're doing, you've got to have fun. And this delivers fun. Especially if you just bang it down a gear or two and open her up. And race mode should be renamed commuter mode, because it's the best mode for commuting, because you just get that instant gratification. Now, the goody goods out there will say, well no, a commuter bike should be, you know, comfortable with luggage space. No, we're talking about short commutes. My definition of commute is a short stint into the office. Here we go. Here's a bit of Exodus. Jesus, it's windy. Fuck.
How on God's green earth could you find me? I've been waiting for so long for the angel to glance my way, glance my way. Come calling to me, glance my way, glance my way, oh yeah. Come calling to me, glance my way, oh yeah. I don't even know if I've changed gear on this whole trip. I obviously have, but I haven't even
mention the quick shifter because it's like it's not there. You literally don't even know that you're changing gear. It is so good. By far the best quick shifter on any bike I've ever ridden, period. There she is, the Harbour Bridge, sorry, the Opera House I should say, and the Harbour Bridge to the left. Those ferries to Manly. And not too heavy on the wrists either, I must say, because I've installed the Gillies bar risers on this, which work brilliantly for a rather tall person like myself. A great modification. And I have some big news. Big news. I have to put a deposit on the M1000RR black competition package. Apparently arrives February. And I'm going to review the crap out of that. I'm going to do a whole detailed series on that bike. But yeah, the M1000RR is on its way, baby, and it is going to be epic. That could be my dream bike. That seems on paper to have everything I want in a motorcycle. Here we go, the end of my commute. I will be just in time for these job interviews. I hope you enjoyed this quick commute on the BMW S1000RR 2022 model. Look at this for cheating. Oh, nearly. I probably could, because those mirrors, by the way, they actually move. You can twist them in, which is awesome. Another awesome commuter feature. Turning circle, bit average. Who cares? Actually, it's not too bad. There we go. All done. See you later.